What road does he live on?
That's great.
I could do all these designations and community requests, county requests for projects in our transportation bill, but somebody has to implement them. And Bob Johns and Lee Munich at the Humphrey Institute and the Center for Transportation Studies have done that part. They've done the hard work. They've done the intellectual. Cherie Marti, who worked there many years, an inspiration, and started out at the very beginning of this initiative. Barb Brody, as they're lobbying in Washington. It's a good term. It's a good term. It's spelled A-D-B-O-C-A-T-E. And it's protected by the Constitution. Has been a voice for transportation studies. And of all the transportation research centers that we funded through the Surface Transportation Program over the years, the Humphrey Institute Center for Transportation Studies does far and away the best on-the-ground, practical, hands-on, pragmatic work, and has established an enviable record nationwide. The work that you're seeing here is a product of a great deal of thoughtful and critical thinking. Critical, by which I mean the academic sense of critiquing, thinking deeply, thinking through layers of information, and synthesizing information, and projecting and looking ahead. And Judge Dean, thank you. We met in this room.
Yes.
What, 4 or 5 years ago for the...
3 years ago, I think, we did a presentation.
The meth issue.
Yes.
And you had some brilliant insights and practical approaches to dealing with not only meth, but alcohol, as has already been demonstrated here. And I can say a good deal of this work is largely a product of this man's care and concern. He can sit back behind the bench, wrap himself in his robes, and just judge the cases, but he doesn't just do that. He cares about taking the problem out of his courtroom, and thank you for that. The lives that will be saved, we'll probably never be able to thank you, but we can thank you here. And there are, we're here in Marlis Plomerville. She's been an extraordinary mayor. For those of you who don't know her, Bob, you've been up here several times for events, and she has literally transformed Cambridge and never fails to attend a public meeting, private event. She covers like the New York Times, covers the city like the Duke. And I see my friend Bob Gustafson, who's migrated over here. Did you get a visa to come in? Senator Rickles, I know all these people have been introduced, but Senator Rickles is here, and Jeremy Kalin, our state representative, has in one term in the state legislature established himself as a brilliant, dedicated, hardworking, extraordinary legislator. Thank you for your contribution. And thank you, Rick, for the same thing, but he's not up for election this year. Jim Godfrey, thank you for being here. Jim Povich. Okay, that's enough. I'll stop. What extraordinary distinction for Isana County to be designated as the national county model. I had nothing to do with it. This was an academic decision made on the basis of merit and application to the national issue of rural safety that the center is attempting to address and is already underway. It was 3 million hits. That's extraordinary. It just shows the thirst and the hunger and the desire for people to reduce fatalities, injuries, and improve safety on the nation's roadways. And you are providing them with a tool that is applicable and practical beyond expression. Nothing like it has ever existed. And for Santa County to be the national center for this, and that includes Kanabec and Mille Lacs and Chisago County in the ambit of this initiative. Why an emphasis on rural roads and rural safety? We talked about this several times at meetings of the Center for Transportation Studies. We're at a level of killing 43,000 people a year on the nation's highways. We've been there for the last 5 years. That number hasn't gone down. Half of those fatalities occur on rural roads. And half of the people, of those 22,000, die on rural roads are urbanites, unaccustomed to roads with little or no shoulder, little striping, blind intersections, whiteouts in the winter, and sudden violent storms in the summer. And they come out as though they're freed from the urban environment. They travel much too fast for the road condition. It's in our interest to reduce those fatalities. It's in the interest of urban America to partner in reducing those fatalities.